Wanted to give you an idea of how I use Schoology. This is a folder from when I taught 5th grade math. This is not how I'm doing it for online learning. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing yet, but I just wanted to give you one idea of how to use it. So in 5th grade, I did levels instead of chapters. So this was the chapter 1 folder. Each chapter had its own folder. And then I did missions instead of lessons. So this was chapter 1, lesson 1. So each lesson has its own folder. So the first thing they see is the digital agenda that we used for hybrid. It has the essential question, the student objectives, and then what they're doing at each of the 3 stations. The next thing in that lesson folder is instructional videos. So if they left my table and they didn't quite understand the skill and they felt like they needed more instruction, I found videos online of things that they could watch to continue practicing that skill. The next thing in that chapter folder is practice games. So again, these are all links to different games that I found online where they could practice that skill in an online game. The last thing in the folder, after they left my direct station, the first thing that they would do was take a checkpoint. This I got right from the math series. It's just a quiz. It was 3 to 5 questions, depending on what was on the paper. And then this is a self-grading quiz. So when they were done with it, it would tell them how many points that they earned on this quiz. If they got so many correct, they could move right on to the games. If they didn't get 4 or 5 correct, they had to watch the instructional videos to keep practicing. So that's everything that they did. And this was pretty much the independent station during hybrid. And then the collaborative station, just spelled wrong. The collaborative station, for this chapter, I had 3 different projects. I explained the project at the beginning of the chapter, and then they had to pick which one they wanted to do. So then these would be all of the directions. The assignment is all the directions of what they had to do in order to get the project done, and the rubric that went along with it. And then the other thing in this chapter 1 folder is the assessment. I would keep this hidden until it was actually test day. This was the special ed test. This was the regular ed test. This is just, they had to write their answers on a piece of paper and show their work. And this is just how I showed they got participation points for showing. So that's just an assignment that I would put the points in for that assessment. The last thing I used to do is they would keep a notebook. So this is the rubric for the notebook, what I expected of them, and then this was their table of contents where they could, this is what the level and the mission was and the page in their notebook that it went along with.